Assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome everybody to our channel NetTech Speaks. So this is a free CCNA CCNP training part 2. Today I'm going to discuss in this section with you how does the switch work and what is the behavior of the switch. As we already know that switch is a layer 2 device and used for connecting multiple devices with each other for sharing information. So switch will initiate the broadcast communication the very first time and then unicast communication. Switch has single broadcast domain and multiple collision domains. So first, for example, come here. See, if we have local, I got one multiple switches here. Okay, so what will happen if this device start communication with this PC? This is the first time. So what is the default behavior of the switch? Right now I show you the MAC address of the table. Switch has no information in its MAC address table because communication will be based on the MAC addresses. When we talk about switching, then communication will be based on MAC addresses. When we talk about routing, then communication will be based on IP address. Understand? Now this time switch has no information about the destination MAC address. So what will happen when the frame reach at this switch? Switch will forward the frames to all its connected port except from where it is received. So switch will forward the frame here from this port here. When this switch receives the frame, it will also broadcast the frame to all its connected port. Okay, so what will happen when the switch when the frame receive here? Because the router will not allow the broadcast domain to propagate from one side to another side, because the router break down the broadcast domain. Each port on the router has a separate broadcast domain. Okay, so for example, if you have a big network, we have a number of switches here. So broadcast domain is always one, either one switch or 1000 switch, whatever. Broadcast domain is always one. Understand? So let's try to ping from this PC to this PC and see what happened when the frame received at this switch. Now it will forward this frame to all its connected port. Right? This switch is also forward to all its connected port. See, on the router it will drop. Here is also drop, because in this frame the MAC address of this PC. So this PC will deploy of this frame. Understand? This is how the communication will happen the very first time. Now the switches is also saved the MAC addresses of the source PC and the destination PC. See, this MAC address of this PC is connected with FS01, and this is PC, and FS02 this PC. So I will show you later on about this MAC address table. Okay, we'll discuss in details about this table. This table is also called CAM table. Understand? So the broadcast domain is 1 here and 1 here, because here is a router. Each port on the router has separate broadcast domains. Understand? Broadcast domain set of devices receive broadcast domain originating from any device within the set. We are already seen that these are the set of the devices. Multiple devices here got receive a broadcast from this device, because this device initiate the communication. But this broadcast frame received by all the PC, all the switches in the local area network. By default one broadcast domain, but we can divide, yeah, on the switch we can divide the multiple broadcast domains by creating VLANs. Okay, when we because each VLAN has a separate broadcast domain. VLANs when we create a VLANs, then broadcast domain will increase. So we will discuss in later on when we move on to VLAN topic. So next one is collision domains. One or more devices sharing the same bandwidth when there is a chance of collision. Each port on the switch creates separate collision domains. Okay, each port on the switch has a separate collision domains. One or more devices. For example, I have this diagram, and this is a medium. This is what? Medium. This is a sharing bandwidth. For example, this is a switch, and all the devices connected with this switch. So if this PC want to communicate with this one here, if this PC want to communicate with this one, but before sending data, it sends the medium, whether this medium is free or not. If the medium is busy, for example, this PC is already sending data to this PC, this. Okay, so when this PC will sense the medium, that medium is busy, so this PC has to wait for some time. When this PC finishes communication, then this PC will start sending data on the medium to destination, right? So this is called the carrier sense multiple access. These two methods for used for collision detection and collision avoidance, CSMA and CSMA CD and CSMA CA. Because this is a carrier transmission method used in the Ethernet network, it helps us to in collision detection and avoidance. Understand? So let's take a look at this diagram. I have one switch, 5 PCs are connected with this switch. So how many collision domains are here? As we discuss, each port has a separate collision domain. So how many collision domains? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many broadcast domain? 1 broadcast domain. Understand? In case of hub, it's always 1 collision domain and 1 broadcast domain. In case of switch, we can divide the broadcast domain, we can increase the broadcast domain by creating a VLANs. In case of hub, broadcast domain and collision domain is always 1. In case of router, each port has a separate broadcast domain. So how many broadcast domains are here? 1, 2. And how many collision domains? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, because each port has a separate collision domains. Understand? So this is all about the broadcast domain and the collision domains. So move forward to the functions of the switch. So LAN support a different switching method. Okay, so functions of the switch: forwarding decision, loop avoidance and address learning. And switching method are store and forward method, switching method, cut through switching method and fragment free switching method. In case of store and forward switching method, what will happen? Switch copies each complete Ethernet frame into the switch memory, and the switch will also check the CRC for errors. If CRC error is found, then what will happen? The Ethernet frame will be dropped. And if there is no CRC error, in that case switch will forward the Ethernet frame to the destination device. In case of store and forward switching method can cause some delays in the communication, right? So in the second switching method, cut and through, the switch copy into its memory only the destination MAC address, first 6 byte of the frame, first 6 byte of the frame before making a switching decision. In cut through switching mode, it will reduce delay because switch starts to forward the Ethernet frame as soon as it reads the destination MAC address and determine the outgoing switch port. In this method, switch will not save the entire frame, not waiting for receiving the entire frame. Okay, just read the first 6 byte of the frame and start sending data to the destination. In this case, switching is in this switch maybe forward the bed frame also. Okay, if you want fast switching, then you can use this method, this switching method, cut and through. If you want reliability, you have to use store and forward switching method. And the third one is fragment free switching method. It is an advanced form of cut and through switching. The switch in this case read only the destination MAC addresses before making the switching decision. It reads, in this case, the switch reads the first 6 byte of the frame. In fragment free, it read at least 64 bytes of the frame before switching it to destination to avoid forwarding Ethernet bad frames. These are the 3 switching method, and the next function is loop avoidance. So if for example if multiple connections between switches exist for redundancy, for example we have 2 switches, talk about for example we have 2 switches here and you have multiple connections for redundancy, understand? So in this case loop can occur. In this case if we have a multiple connection, then loop can occur. So how to avoid this problem, how to overcome this problem? This problem will overcome by STP, spanning tree protocol. Spanning tree protocol is used to avoid used for the loop avoidance in the network. We will discuss in detail later on in STP. Okay, so last one is address learning. How switch learn the MAC addresses of connected devices. What is the MAC address? What is MAC address table? What is aging time? So how switch will learn the MAC addresses of connected devices? So I will show you the little bit right now, and the remaining part I will discuss in the next lecture. I just showed you the MAC address table. Okay, see here, show MAC address table. This is how the MAC address table is look like. Okay, switch save the MAC addresses switch save the MAC address of this device with VLAN number, with type it's dynamic means it's automatically learn the MAC address of this device with port number, with FS01 port number, understand? We will discuss this MAC address table aging time, because here it's not showing the aging time. Show MAC address table aging time, no command, because I have to make the topology in the GNS3. So here in GNS3 we will get all the commands. Understand? So this is all about the broadcast domains, collision domains, and the functions of the switch. So I hope this video will be has been informative for you. So because this is a basic concept we have to learn, we have to understanding of this concept is important while talking about the switching, right? So in the next lecture we will discuss about the MAC address table. Okay, how switches will learn the MAC address table, how switch will learn the MAC addresses dynamically, and how statically, manually we will save the MAC addresses in the MAC address table. And what about the edging time? What is the default edging time of the entry in the MAC table? We will increase and decrease the edging time by using commands. Okay, so we'll see you in the next lecture. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel. And thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.